asked us to do normal hunts as such, as part of these extra hours that we're building in. So I'm looking, in the similar way to Bungle's looking at his 10p's, I'm just doing one here with pennies. And just picking out those ones that could potentially be listed for a little bit more than the standard costing, and even any year could be listed at around £1. 2001. There's 928 million of those. But again, as Ian has mentioned so many times, if someone needs that 2001, the fact that there was 928 million of them minted doesn't mean that they want to buy that coin. Yeah, it definitely is a roller coaster ride, Chris. That's how it's been for a lot of people. Quite addictive. So it doesn't take a lot to sort through £1's worth of pennies to see if there's something you can list. So this one is 1981. Again, there's 302 million of those, but that is one that's slightly scarcer and more sought after. That one is another one that retails at a higher value potentially there. That's on the Great British Coin Hunt at £1.95. So even picking out 3 or 4 like I have done today could be something that's worthwhile and relatively straightforward to do. That's John behind me. That's my partner in crime. He says you're looking uncomfortable, John. Are you uncomfortable?
No, I'm fine.
Good. He's 15, he can stand up. 2007, so 548 million of those. Hello Reef, thanks for joining us in. Yeah, John doesn't mind, he can stand anywhere. He'll just lay down and sleep if he needs to. We've got a 1996. Again, 724 million of those. So we'd only retail for the standard £1 and a penny. But nice condition. Now considering that one is the age it is, that's one that you definitely list and look to sell, and that could pay for your whole bag. Another one from 1981. So that's 2 now we've found in the last few that we picked up. 302 million, but does retail at nearly twice the core value. I see Lorna's asking about the gold proof. Yeah, I did mention a little while ago, I'll cover that again now. I mentioned it a few minutes ago. So there's just the standard one. Looks like we might have lost some connection. Hopefully we're back. I think we might have just lost the connection there. Yeah, with the gold proof, there's a message from Ian on the gold proof. There was a bit of an issue, I understand, at the end of last night around someone bidding that wasn't able to bid. So the bid's finalised, but it's still now open, and it's at 400. Are we on?
Yeah.
It's at 400 coins at the moment. So 400 is the leading bid, and the plan is to close that at 10 PM tonight. So Ian has said that will close at 10 PM tonight. So it's still there and available to bid on. Not the idea to bid on this particular video as such, because this is really just my practice ready for the coinathon at the weekend. But in the normal streams, etc., then you can still bid on that auction. It's at 400 at the moment. Yeah, thanks, Madeline, for your comment. I appreciate you possibly are not going to see this, but if perhaps Chris or somebody else could type up what I'm saying. Part of what we're doing with these extra hours and hunts is that Ian wants them to be slightly different, and he wants them to be just our normal hunt type video and recording. So if you do go across to my channel, RJ Coins, you'll see that this is the exact setup that we have for our normal 50p hunts and the round pound hunt that I've done, etc. And that's very much what Ian wanted. He wanted us to continue to do things and just record our hunts but put them up live. And so at the moment I'm not showing my face, and John isn't showing his face on our hunts, and that's how Ian wants it to be on these extra hours that we're also doing. And so he just wants it to be exactly as we would do it, but instead of just recording it and posting it up on our channel, to take the advantage of his offer to have the live streams and add it to the live streams from the Great British Coin Hunt. So that's why faces aren't showing. So apologies in terms of that. I appreciate the position there around lip reading, etc. It's not something that I had particularly considered before doing that, but that is the decision that we've made at the moment, is to not show the face at this stage. Yeah, Chris is asking about people hitting the like button. Yeah, that would be very good. It's nice to see that some more people have joined, and that we've got a few people starting to show that they're liking it, which is always nice to see. We've got 2003. I'll carry on for a few more pennies. Again, 2003, 539 million. But nice condition coin, certainly one that could be listed. Steve will be on at 12 for the standard normal daily live stream. And the auctions will continue on there, and they will continue in A to Z coins at the moment. So we've got 1996. The other thing to say is that the hourly vouchers, etc., won't be continuing from this week. So that is something that Ian has said that is going to cease at this point. So the voucher codes won't be continuing at this stage on an hourly basis. They'll just be down to Ian to decide as and when, if anything else is offered on that basis. We've got a 1999, 891 million, but again, when it's in that sort of really good condition, something that potentially could be listed and could pay for your whole bag. Yeah, thanks Chris for putting that on there. We've got 1998. $740 million. So very much what we're going to be looking to do is the live stream today of around about an hour, where we're 2/3 of the way through that, and then potentially edit down our recording of it. We've got 2001. 928 million of those, and then when we post it up on our own channel, it will be a more manageable timescale, etc., as opposed to the full hour. 1994, 843 million of those. I'll mention again at this point, on the Great British Coin Hunt, all of these coins are listed at least £1 and a penny. That's a 1993, 602 million of those. And then there are some key years that would retail at higher prices, and that's what we're looking for. So we've got 1971, the original year of this particular penny form, 1.5 billion produced in that first year that the penny was produced. 2004, 739 million in that year. Yeah, I'm sorry, Madeline, that that's not possible for you in this respect. It might be something that changes in the future. And certainly a lot of the other CJs are going to continue to do it the way they've started to do it. As a 2000. And hopefully be able to join in on those. Another from 1971, the original year of issue. 1.5 billion. Got a 2004. Again, 739 million. So there's huge figures on a lot of these, but of course, going through them and finding them, many people don't want to do it. So you've always got someone that might want to buy one off you if you've taken the time to look through it. One from 1979 in absolutely horrible condition. 416 million in that particular year. I've just caught up with one comment from Lorna. Yes, I am doing some time on the weekend. And that's what this is about. This is a practice to make sure that the live stream login works, that we can get it running properly. We can still record it ourselves, and making sure we feel comfortable with what's going on. Got 2013. $260 million. That's one of the ones that would retail at the core value. Got 1975. Now a lot of the early years of the 1970s are the ones that you have got a little bit extra value on, but 1975 isn't. Even though there was only 221 million made in that year and minted in that year. Thank you, Lorna. Hopefully you'll join me. I think I've got one of the graveyard shifts, so it could be right in the middle of the night. If we had anybody joining us at that time, I'll be very appreciative of that. Excellent, that's good to hear, because again, we don't know how this is coming across. That's part of the reason for this test, to make sure that it does all work, and that at the other end, it's a 1997, 397 million. Yeah, you do get to hear it, you can see it if at all possible, and then it, oh, I thought we had a different year there. I was getting all excited, but that's a 1987, which is a 500 million mintage. No extra value on that one. I thought it was a 1981. So 1981 is one of the years where it's got a higher value potentially. That one's from 1996. 724 million in that particular year. It'd be good if anybody that has joined, if they haven't already gone across and had a look at my channel, RJ Coins, or our channel should I say, because it's Richard and John, my son. There's a 2012. Which is 431 million made in that year. Do take a look. There's a few hunts on there. There's all of the Peter Rabbit circulation 1050p's going in. 1996, 724 million. So as well as those 10 coins and the circulating of the 2019 Peter Rabbit, we've also got a old round pound hunt on there that I done a little while ago, and also the first 4 of our 50p hunts where we're looking to fill an album for John, or an extra album for John, of all the normal variants. So it doesn't include the Olympic ones in there, although of course we're keeping any Olympic fines to the side. But it's around the normal variants that we're looking to get. And we're doing quite well after the first 4 hunts. We've got 2003 there, 539 million. We are now just down to trying to find those really elusive, slightly rarer ones, like obviously the Kew Gardens, but also the Newton, the Puddle Duck, WWF and the Votes for Women Suffragettes. This one's a 1984. Unfortunately, it's not in a very good condition, but 1984 is again one of the years where potentially it would sell at a greater retail value. That would be listed at £1.95 on the Great British Coin Hunt. So it just goes to show again, that one coin, that's paid for your whole bag potentially, even if you're not listing it at that same retail value that Ian would. We've got 2004, 739 million. I don't know whether you can hear my dogs in the background. I think the postman's coming. So they've gone off on one at the moment. We've got a 2002, which is 601 million. And a 1992. Okay, there was only 254 million of those, which is one of the lower mintage figures, but it is just still listed at a core £1 and a penny if you were looking at that one from the Great British Coin Hunt. 1999, 891 million of those, so a huge number really. And a 2004, again, some of these are quite horrible today, 739 million of those. And 2003, 539 million of those. The last couple we've got here, another 2003. Does anyone remember what he said the mintage was of that? Do comment what you think it was. It's 2003, the same as the last one. And the final coin of the bag, a 2001, which again is 928 million minted. £1 and a penny. So that shows we've gone through £1, just £1. No worries, Chris. That's really good. Thanks for joining so early on as you did. Thanks for being there and covering a couple of points, particularly for Madeline. It's much appreciated. So we've got a few coins from years that are more common, but are of a quality that you may feel comfortable to list them for sale. And then we have what is 6 coins from the years where the potential retail value is that little bit higher. The 1984, £1.95. Oh. 1974, £1.95. 1982, which potentially is £2.95. And 1973, So we list at £1.95. A 1981 at £1.95. And another 1981. £1.95. So potentially there's certainly £10–15 worth that could be sold there, even if you're not going right up to Ian's retail prices. If you're looking to list them at levels where it's the basic minimum eBay cost, then you could do that and say be 10 times your money just for straightforward prices. You could also probably see there that from just that pound we found quite a few of the years. If you are looking at putting together a date run, then it's relatively straightforward to do that, but then you can fill in your gaps either by things like eBay or of course the Great British Coin Hunt, which is what I did. So I'll show you one of my albums to finish off. So I had gone through quite a bit of various bits of change that I got from family and friends, getting together a full date run. Of the pennies. So it's quite a marked